Right, and then in other news, of course, you heard that the post office not only is potentially Saturday service on the block to be chopping block, but now they're getting rid of those corner mailboxes. Now, since, let's see, back since 1985, they're saying that there was nearly 500,000 of those blue mailboxes all across America on the streets. Now they're down to only about 160,000. And they keep vanishing every day because they're saying that the internet has really, really taken over the means of communication with people. Particularly here in the United States, people are paying bills, they're sending invitations, writing personal letters and video blogs and all of that to people that they care about or are doing business with via internet. And so the volume of mail that's being dropped in these mailboxes has declined significantly since 2006, and so they just believe that they're a thing of the past, sort of like telephone booths. How many telephone booths do you see on the corners? At one point in history, particularly 60s and 70s, you would see even in the 80s, you would see telephone booths on every corner, sometimes 2 or 3 of them, where you could just go to the payphone and make calls. Well, obviously with the cell phone becoming available to consumers, the need for those became extinct just about. You see them here and there, but so that's what's happening with these mailboxes now.
That's a shame too. I guess I rarely send mail anymore, which I guess is their point for taking them away. But when I do, I don't have an outbox in my apartment building, so I need to find one of those. So I guess the thing is going to have to be you just know where you got to go before you start going out. Yeah, usually you can just drive out and
there's
one within
right
like
there.
A mile or two, right?
It used to be a block or two.
Yeah. No, I guess not anymore.
No, and I guess when all else fails, go to your local post office.
Yeah.
Or
I don't even know where that's at.
You know what you can do? Your mailman will pick your mail up if it's secure. If you can just leave your mail that needs to go out by your mailbox and they see it, they normally pick it up and take it for you.
I don't trust my neighbors. I don't think they take it.
Yeah, that it's hard these days for
no
that.
No offense, neighbors. If you're listening.
All right, so how are we doing on time?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, there was another story that I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on, and for fear that I may start regurgitating.
Okay. Sounds kind of gross.
I wouldn't want to do that to you. But it's really not gross, but it's about the educational system here in America, particularly in Chicago. Did you hear that, there's been this haggling between the mayor and the Board of Education and the teachers for this longer school day, longer school year thing? Well, 3 schools and CPS have decided to go with the mayor and the Board of Education. They agreed to go a longer school day.
From what I hear, other like surrounding states and other bigger cities already have the longer day. It's not longer to them; it's just a normal day to them. But to us, it's longer, and it's really just getting the length of the day to be equal to cities of a similar size. From what I hear, I could be way off on that.
Well, yeah, but there's the problem. Well, it depends on the individual school systems because they're all set up differently.
Sure.
But I guess within CPS, it could just be a matter of providing the teacher with their 30-minute prep time within the day.
Which they need.
Or extending the recess or the lunches. So I'm kind of torn because I don't know all the details of how the CPS system works. But I've worked in public school systems, and I know that
that good, huh?
It's teachers. I'm telling you, my hat goes off to teachers because I have seen teachers, the school day starts, let's just say here, from 8 to 3. Those are the hours that you're in the classroom or you're interacting with the students, you're supposed to be there. Right. But I've seen teachers arrive an hour, some 2 hours before that start time. I've seen teachers, if they didn't come early, they stayed late. So well into the 5 o'clock hour, they're still there or just leaving.
And you may be being conservative here.
And I may be conservative, and partially because maybe they just love what they do so much and they want it to be right. But the other part is because it's all they have to. Unless you've been in a classroom every day for a year, you have no idea what it's like. And for politicians to think that they know is so insulting, because teaching is truly a profession, and you have prep time. Teachers have to prep the classrooms. They have lesson plans. They have to grade the paper. Well, you'll see with your wife. Yeah, I mean, it's never ending. It's sort of like a doctor. Are they really off? They're never really off, and that's how it is with teaching. So that's why it disturbs me that they want to add the 90 days. But with CPS, because they're a different animal, it may be a good thing for the teachers, because if they're working from 8 to 3 with nothing more than a 30-minute break or lunch and no prep time worked within the day, then it may work out. But I just thought it was interesting that they're in a union, and here 3 schools are breaking from the union. So I just need to spend a little bit more time to see exactly what this is all about. But it's just a head scratcher. And then beyond longer days, I think it's not the quantity of time spent with the children, but the quality. What are you packing in that time that you're with the kids? And
from what I hear, the classrooms are so huge
that
there's really no time for a teacher to give any particular one student, any, like you said, quality time.
I promise you, if you have not been in a classroom as a lead teacher for a full school year, just be quiet, because you don't know nothing about what it's really like. It's something. And as you said, there's so many different issues and factors that play. Classroom size and then the special ed factor of inclusion. And I'm telling you,
I think,
it gets
Marilyn,
crazy.
I think the Cafe Society needs to take a page out of Oprah's book here and have a teacher appreciation show.
There you go.
Get a couple teachers on. We just spend 2 hours talking about teacher-related issues.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's something. I spent way too much time on that. But we will do that. We will revisit that, because it's a serious thing. All right. I think we need to take a break, and then we come back. We're wrapping up.
From what I hear, we'll have to make sure that the game's running on time.
Okay, hopefully maybe 1:30, because we look at this. I have so much to talk about, so we'll see. But stay where you are. That's 1340 WJOL, WJOL.com, and Maryland'sCafeSociety.com.